Good evening and thanks for joining us. There was no warning before it came streaking through the sky at supersonic speed, a blaze of light, then a blast that shook the earth, set off car alarms and shattered windows. It was a huge meteor, and some of the Russians who witnessed it said they thought the world was ending. And then by coincidence came news an asteroid was whizzing past Earth. We'll have more on that in a moment, but first, Mike Armstrong reports on Russia's massive meteor.
It is not a phenomenon seen very often, a meteor captured on a dashboard camera streaking across the sky. While this one was shot by dozens, perhaps hundreds of cameras, the meteor traveling at about 54,000 kilometers an hour. It lit up the morning sky as it burned up, and then this at about 9:20. The meteor shattered 30 to 40 kilometers above the ground, exploding and sending shockwaves across the region. Again, cameras captured the moment, this one in a classroom, this one in an office. The shockwave blows a man across the room.
And there was just this giant bang.
Canadian Michael Garnett is in Russia playing hockey in the KHL and was just waking up when the meteor passed over his apartment building.
The light fixtures were swaying. The vents on the walls had blown off and there was some debris on the ground. And at that point, I was just terrified. I didn't know what had happened.
The shockwaves blew out windows all over the region. By some estimates, 100,000 square meters of glass was shattered. 3,000 buildings in the city were damaged.
I'd like to address the people living in our city and ask them to remain calm.
There was panic at first, but as emotions calmed, hospitals filled up. Nearly 1,000 people were treated for injuries.
People heard something and then went to their window, and then there was another bang, and that's what did most of the damage, was the glass shooting in and injuring the people when they were trying to look out.
Now, there hasn't been a meteor like this over a populated area for more than 100 years. The last one in 1908, also in Russia. The impact of a portion left this crater and will likely attract collectors. Even a small piece of a meteorite like this one can be worth thousands of dollars.
When a meteorite lands, people arrive with money who are collectors. There's a whole black market in meteorites.
Most of the meteor burned up in the atmosphere in seconds. That's the fireball. Some have estimated it weighed about 9 tons, but only a fraction of that would have ever hit the ground. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.